looks like crystals or quartz, but it's not, it's calcite. And when you put your light in and film this one, this is the beautiful color that it appears when you put your lights in them. Looks like amber, but this is what all the formations will look like inside if you was able to see inside of them. And you can see where they sheared this one right on off. Yep. We're going in the cave, guys. If you can believe it, we're in the throat. So now we're coming into the body, and this cave will blow you away, guys. This is the #1 cave in Alabama right here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Commercial
that's
cave. We've got thousands of caves that we are commercial on. There's probably a lot bigger, but the ones that we can get into. We're going to all go to the left.
You don't have to tell me twice. Oh, that's water.
Just a reflection right here. So guys, when Jay Barely found the cave, this is the first formation he found. He was so impressed with how large this was, he called it the Goliath. And the Goliath is about 60 feet tall, about 240 feet around its base. This is called calcite, and the calcite is being deposited by hollow stalactites we call cave straws, and they're continuously dropping calcite on the Goliath, and that allows it to grow. And you can see it dropping right there. It takes about 100 years for 1 cubic inch to grow. So that's about the size of our thumb. So it takes a very long time for these formations to grow. Right behind us are all our formations. That is a stalagmite. It's coming from the floor, and it might grow up. Right above it is a stalactite. It is holding tight to the ceiling. And these two come together, they form what we call a column. And there's 2 columns right there. And so the Goliath is just one large column, one massive column. This is our #1 formation, the famous Goliath. We're going to go behind it, and we're going to show you our Christmas tree right behind it, and then we're going to go onto the Mystery River. It's coming up next one.
I thought that was part of the cathedral.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Up here somewhere and landed right here upside down.
Oh, wow. That was one of those.
That's the tunnel that we believe they had swim through to come to the cave. When he popped up right here, we saw the rest of this cave. And that's when he really was watching.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, it's got a couple different degrees in here. And you guys will warm up. Start to warm up whenever you walk into it. It's kind of good. Alright, we're just going to be going by. We don't have a lot of people on our film. Not a lot of there. I just want to stop here and kind of look back and show you guys how large the formation is from here.
The butt of the ram.
It is, well, I like that. Guys, you can see the Christmas tree right here. That's our famous Christmas tree. We believe the Goliath is about 1 million years old. You might have noticed the green here, and there's some green up here, and on the corner of the cob there's some green. That is algae, and that is coming from the lights. So you would not see green in a wild cave, but because of our lighting is why you're seeing the algae. The Goliath was growing up here on this side. It kept closing off. This is the last flow on this side of the Goliath, down this section here. We are going to go to the Mystery River next, guys. We're going to show you that, and then we're going to show you Ariel the unicorn. She's right on the limestone cliff. It just looks like a unicorn, and we're going to show you guys that. And we're going towards the Mystery River right now. When you guys come back out, you guys are going to be walking out by yourselves. I'm going to take you to the end, and you're going to walk out. When you come to this section, go left. Like they're going, this is the reflection pool side over here. You guys already went this way, so this is our only other kind of turn.
So for the first split, go left.
You're going to be 60 or 70. You would come off this trail right here, and you start walking to that right there. That's the adventure trail from the 1960s and 70s.
Oh, wow.
Everybody would be on that. That was the only way over the river before the bridge that Ron was made.
It goes all the way along.
It is. wet, really muddy.
Yeah.
But that was the only way Jake could get everyone inside the cave because this bridge was a big piece. You can imagine how hard it was to make this bridge.
Until, like, say, like 20 years ago.
You're right. Exactly.
What's with the big rods here?
Well, it took us
What's with-
about 10 years to get it ready.
What are the big rods?
He didn't hear me.
Guys, this was Jay's attempt at making a suspension bridge. He was going to hang a bunch of these on there to make a suspension bridge, but he didn't think that would work out. That's why he made the trail right here. We're on the Jay Gurley Bridge right now, guys. We dedicated this to Jay Gurley. It was his lifelong dream to have a bridge over the Mystery River. That's why we call it the Jay Gurley Bridge. The Mystery River, guys, is right to your left, right there. You guys can see it. It's right below us right now. It's been following us under the breakdown in those first few rooms. And it's flowing really good right below us. It's going right up there.
Yeah, that's the original one he was talking about.
Every 5 years it floods over the bridge we're on right now. We're safe today. The flood line's up here.
Oh,
So every 5 years we get a big flood in here, guys, and it covers everything in this room. We're safe today, but it goes right over this bridge. I found 2 more bats right there, guys. There's 2 bats. They weren't here earlier today when I brought the school class in, but there's 2. And Jay had his own bridge made out of railroad ties. He had a Jeep from Redstone Arsenal in here with all of his tools. And he'd take his Jeep down this hill and up this hill about 30 miles per hour. And they said he was pretty crazy when they're flying around in his Jeep. But that was his bridge right there. About 5 days of rain, of really hard rain, it will rise up to here. This is about 50 feet of silt from all of our floodings right there, from over thousands of years. The Mystery River comes in right on this side. There's 3 to 4 species of fish in here. They're not blind, they're regular fish. And we've got cave crawdads and cave frogs in here. And I've seen some big crappies back in that dark hole right there. I just shined my light. Ooh.
Oh, they go zoom.
We saw a puddle there. We might have been a fish, guys. It's very rare to see them. I've seen them only a couple times, but did you see that puddle when I shined?
Yeah.
There was something in there.
Zoomed off.
Probably was a fish, guys. That's awesome.
Maybe.
Very rare.
I was gonna say maybe it's an anglerfish, but
Well, it's hard to see them in there. So about 5
but that's
days of
too
rain, it
shallow.
rises up to here. This is our flood line, about 50 feet. So guys, there's Ariel the unicorn. I'm gonna shine my light. This is for the kids and the kids at heart. This is for all of us. There's Ariel the unicorn. I'm gonna shine my light on her a little bit better for you. There's her eye, there's her horn, her mane, and her foot. We call her Ariel the unicorn. And she'll be here the next time you guys come, and she's always been here. Ariel the unicorn. Guys, we're gonna go up to the frozen waterfall. That's the next hill that's right in front of us. This is our next formation. This is filled with water coming down on this formation. And this is gonna be our first hill. So if anybody's having troubles with the hills, let us know. I think we're gonna be just fine, guys.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so excited you guys are here. You guys are on your trip, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are going to Ohio?
Yep.
I know they have some great caves in Ohio.
They
so I don't want to
do.
say this is, but this is going to be one of your highlights.
From what I've seen, this is growing up there because you don't visit where you grow up.
Right, totally.
This is one of the best caves I've ever
It's the
seen.
#1 cave in Alabama, and it's probably the top 10 in the United States, I believe. But there's a lot of caves, but this is one of the top 10s, I believe.
Yeah.
But Ohio has a lot of caves.
They
I've
do,
never been in them.
they
I've done
do.
a lot of research and talked to a lot of people from Ohio, so they're in good hands.
I was born in Akron.
I got a
right.
video of it,
Like
by
what
the
she
way.
said, when wherever you're from, you don't really explore that much.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
guess what? This is cold.
Yeah, no duh.
I'm from Arizona.
Well, we're in a cave, so it's gonna be cold.
No duh.
It's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
He was.
Right to the left here, the shadow, this is the Grinch. You can see the shadow of the Grinch. It's right there. Or Donkey Kong from the video game. All the kids call him Donkey Kong. Wow. He's right here. That's our shadow. And this guess, we're right here at the first hill. And this is going to be our first hill. And this is the frozen waterfall coming up. Really, really cool. So a lot of caves have a formation called the frozen waterfall. This is our version right here of it.
Oh, wow, look at
This
that.
is one of the best ones I've ever seen. picture breakdown from the ceiling fell down here. And then we had another river. This river that created this is different than the Mystery River. That river came from way up there, and it flowed over the breakdown for thousands of years, creating a frozen waterfall. This is our elephants, the back of their tails, the back of our elephants and their tails, right there. And we are simulating the water now. We're just pumping the water over to show you guys how it was created. It looks pretty and how it was made. And it's still growing, it's still protecting it because we're using the mineral water from the river.
Nice.
Here's the limestone dams. There's about 10 of them up top. These pools of water. When we go up to the top, you're going to see all 10 of them. So I want to show it especially for you. You're digging this with all the geology. These cracks here came from earthquakes. But when Jay came to this cave, he did not like this. He thought this could fall apart. So he started filling this crack in with concrete. But he didn't like the looks of it, so he abandoned that. But you can still see his handprint right there where he was hanging upside down trying to put that in. We love Jay Gurley because his passion for the cave is why we're here today. Because he did all this by himself.
Did he die like that?
Did he die in the cave? He didn't, but he basically lived in this cave. And he would bring anyone from the community to come in and help him with trails because he didn't have any help. So he'd bring the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, anyone that would want to help him because he believed the whole world should see this cave. We're right in the middle now. We're coming up to the heart of the cave. When we get over this limestone dam, you're going to see all the pools of water up there. It's really, really cool.
There's a fire extinguisher.
Sure, when we get out of here, I'll check it out for sure. Okay. Okay. Before we get out of here, I'm going to write that down or put it in my phone. I definitely want to check out your stuff.
That's cool.
Especially on your trip, right? Are you going to post on your trip?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it's for.
Guys, this is all the limestone dams or just pools of water. It's really cold. It's about 58 degrees of water in here. So it's very cold. They're all flowing at a different rate. And that's what helped create the frozen waterfall is the flow of the water. We're the closest to the ceiling right now, but we're the farthest away from the surface. If we was able to get to the surface from here, it's about 280 feet above us right now.
Wow.
When we first came in, it was about 5 to 50 feet. Now we're 280 feet on the surface. We're right in the middle of the cave, the heart of the cave. We're basically just walking through a mountain. We're right in the middle of it right now. When we get to the back of the cave, we'll get closer to the surface, but farther away from the ceiling. So right now, we're right in the middle of it. The river that created this formation came from a hole up here. This is called the Gypsum Chasm. It's full of gypsum crystals.
Oh,
That
that's cool.
river flowed over our feet, over the breakdown. This was like Niagara Falls of water just going over it a long time. And it was connected to the Mystery River. They were connected. This has dried up and we're just left with the Mystery River. Jay called it a Mystery River because he didn't know where it was coming from or where it was going. There's all the mysteries in it. Yes, and at the very end, we're going to tell you guys. Yes. Very cool story. Go ahead.
Is that an ocean?
Right, guys. And that's how, so millions of years ago, there used to be an ocean right above us, guys. That's what's pretty cool. So guys, we're halfway right now. Is everybody doing good?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have a few more hills. I think we're gonna be fine. I want to show these guys, all of us, some crystals and some minerals because that's what really gets me going in this cave. And this is a spot I camp. So up here is the Gypsum Chasm. We can't go up there, but our research is showing there. NASA's here right now. They're doing work. But right here is the gypsum crystal, a little pocket of them. And that's what they look like up in that chasm. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the minerals really quick. These are gypsum crystals. We have selenite in this cave, which is basically gypsum selenite. We have iron oxide, which is right here, that rust color.
Cool.
We have magnesium in this cave. We have gold pyrite. We have fool's gold mica, which is in this cave, which is really, really cool. And we're going to show you a few more as we go through the cave.
You don't have diamonds?
We don't. Last year the kid kept asking about diamonds, but we have calcite crystals. So when we get into the our church, the cathedral room, I'm gonna show you calcite crystals because that's what I showed the young guy who wanted to know. I actually told him to go to Diamond State National Park in Arkansas. It's about 6 hours away, but there's probably diamonds in here, but I've never found any. I don't know, but we have a lot of calcite crystals and they look like them. We'll show them to you. We're going down the hills, guys, and we're gonna go into all the best rooms coming up.
And if diamonds were found, the government would probably take it.
Right. There's a nice horn coral, guys. And guys, I've been in here. I'm not kidding. I've probably been in here 2,000 times. I've counted them. I've never seen that horn coral. I just found it right now. Wow. I try to find some every day. That's the longest, biggest horn coral I've ever found in this cave. I found those gypsum crystals. I found that. I'll show you a shark tooth I found coming up. That is a humongous solitary horn coral, guys. That's awesome. Wow. Never found that till today.
Do you see what I have to do?
What?
Slanting.
That's awesome. You're fine.
No, I have to stand. So,
okay, whatever you gotta do. If you're having trouble, let me know. Because we are in a cave. The caves aren't easy. And we have a nice pathway, but we're gonna be going up and down the hills. The Mystery River's on our right. And so it's always gonna be flowing underneath these rocks to our right. We can't see it now because it's under the rocks. When we get a few days of rain, it rises up and you can see it. This is the flood line every 5 years. It rises up to here. Wow. Does anybody have a good lens to bring in close and kind of...
I can zoom in.
Oh, look at that.
where's my camera?
You didn't bring it.
My camera can zoom into one object. One object.
I think I got a pretty good picture.
I found this from a guest. And they showed me with their telescopic lens, and you could see it night and day.
What is it?
A feather.
Isn't that crazy? And you can see that blue and that purple in there. That mineral.
I actually have a sense of my camera. It comes back to
Oh, that's what he said.
You guys can
I saw what looks like the design looks like a peacock feather.
We're talking about those old.
Oh, I can't see it. Dang.
There was a chief's chair that we found, Cherokee chief's chair. So it's a spiritual cave, so they would come in to the underworld and for the I found the chief's chair, which is awesome. And I did find some hieroglyphics towards the front. We don't know back here. We believe they didn't come this far because we haven't really found the artifacts, but I do a lot of research and I believe that if we could get back here 10,000 years ago, they were just as smart, if not better. So they were back here for sure. I just haven't found any artifact. Like that feather is about as close as back to the back that I found stuff. You're talking about old artifacts. They're not going to see them. They'll be very distinguished because they're so old. That's all roots. Yeah, for sure. We'll fall right up here, and then we'll have a maintenance guy go down. Watch all the movies. This is our tallest room right here.
Really? Yeah, man. They all came out of east on the west side.
So this is our tallest room in the whole cave. We call it the vertical room. Jay wanted to know how tall this room really was. So he got down the very bottom of the rocks, the breakdown, and he got a string balloon and helium, and he sent it all the way to the top. And when it got to the very top, it was about 125 feet above us. So you can fit about a 10-story building in here.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How many school buses would that be?
Oh, I don't know, guys. Help us out. That's a lot. But guys, we have two kinds of limestone in the cave. This is called Montego limestone. It's a softer, newer limestone. And I've got my lights on some pyrite, those flecks of gold mica right there. And there's a little bit over here. When this is wet from rain, this illuminates with pyrite this whole area here. This is one of our minerals. It's really beautiful. You can see a little flecks over here, and there's some right there. But the limestone right in front of us is called Banger limestone. It's a smoother, harder, older limestone. And you can see all the sedimentary layers over all those millions of years right there. That's 400 million years right there. All
You know how many times I have to
every
correct
kind
inspectors?
of anything living
They'll say
in the
stuff
world
like that,
is
which is
held up
just
right there. This is all shells and
They
animals.
automatically put
This
that
is
in
probably
the same fucking that you need to get a
well,
term
compressor. So
pesticide company to come
So
through
down
and
there
turn it
are the
Sometimes, great example. Sometimes I talk with the kids, I'll say, this is similar to like a tree ring in a tree. Because it kind of shows you the ages, but he's right. This is just, each layer is compressed probably 100 million years or 50 million years, and then another.
Do you know what each layer represents?
20 million years. And like these black lines could be
so many years.
We just don't know.
You know that?
This is like a tree trunk.
It's like a tree.
Every 5 years, it more up to here. So you can really see the line and about 3 weeks ago, we rose up there and you can see the rain off the
I'm not counting.
So the river will come up fast.
See, like the darker little dots.
Question. What's below the limestone?
Sponges.
Below here,
Yeah,
all this,
yeah.
great question. We're not real sure what it really is. We're talking to everybody about it. This really looks like salt. So they call it cave salt, which is gypsum. I can tell you 5 things they would use salt for ancient people. Is this gypsum? They would grind it up, and don't do this. But they grind it up, do it for face paint. They would do it for indigestion. They do it for plaster. It's called cave archaeology or cave mining. So ancient peoples mine caves, and that's what I'm doing up in Tennessee right now. Is going in these caves and finding the stuff they mined and finding the evidence. So I'm not real sure about this, but you can see that purple down there. We're not sure, but we're not sure what it is. I've been got a lot of people in here. We go through it all and try to figure it out. The sedimentary layers. This one? Yeah. That's the chert nodules.
This actually. I don't know. Just don't step on it.
So it's crazy, guys, because what he's asking is about this chert nodule. This line never moves. It's exactly where it is the whole way we're going. We're going to go up and down, but that chert nodule line will never stay off this point.
Ooh, that's cool.
No, it's on that line right there, and that's silica. So that's what creates chert, guys. High amount of silica in the water as it goes through the limestone. It's picking up the mineral. This is an amethyst right there, I believe. We're not sure. These are all the growth of all these stalactites. This is about 600 years or 100 years right
See
here.
when you
This
look
is
at
the
the one,
baby.
see how
We
it
call
looks
this
rough no matter
stalactite
where you
nurseries.
look.
All
Right.
the
The ones
babies
out
right
there.
here. They're called cave straws. These are hollow.
There's no
Here's some
ridges.
calcite right here
It's just
growing.
smooth,
This
like
is
somebody
the
took
calcite coming down.
sheetrock and
These
just
are about
smoothed
100
the
years
walls
old.
out.
These big
And
ones
it's
are
got
about
layer
600
of
years
orange
old.
that look like
My
clay.
buddy's going to be really excited
Some
because
of them
right here is
darker
our
with a
coral.
red tint.
You guys are welcome to touch this 350 million year old piece of coral right here. I call it brain coral. We're not sure. It's just squiggly lines, but this is the only spot it laid down.
The last one is the sponge wild ancestor.
That's cool. It's this line here. Yeah, it's that line there.
I'm going to say real quick the Cherokee Chief right here. The Cherokee Chief was his headdress, his eyes, the beast pipe. We know the Cherokee were in this cave in the early 1800s. Isn't right, the first European to come to this cave. He stayed with the Cherokee. I thought you were still standing up here. In the early 1800s. So what you're talking about, I've never heard. Tell me what a man-made house is. Have you ever heard of it? Okay, that's why I guess.
That's pretty. Nice little cave.
No. Wow. So stalactites and stalagmites in this flowstone right here, guys. If this cave, if you were in Europe right now and you went on a cave tour, they'd say 400 million years ago this used to be a shallow ocean. The whole world was under water. So 400 million years ago is when caves were created. The major flood creates caves. So what creates formations in the calcite? That comes very recently, in the last million.
Like that
So-
station, Mike.
Any calcite you see, any flowstone anywhere, has only been created in the last few million years. This wasn't created when the cave was created.
So what you're saying is that, yeah, it's recent. It's not 100 million years old. It's probably a few.
That one looks like a warrior.
Yeah.
That's what I'm shining on next. But that's right. I'm gonna get this guy because we're having fun. We're learning.
Rephrase it.
Right.
The actual building, interior building itself, like the concrete slab.
Okay.
I should have known better.
Naturally occurring, we put that slab there.
Right.
From that slab.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
I guarantee
It happens. So you can. Okay, I can answer your question.
So it has to be amended because that, we did not build that million years ago. We
Okay.
built that 40 years ago.
Right. Well, I'm gonna answer your question. I know the answer now. Okay, guys, we're in the flowstone room. It's about 100 feet long. It's just like the frozen waterfall. It's a flowstone.
Teddy bear.
Every cave has a caveman. Here's our caveman right here. There's his eyes, his ear, his beard, and his club. And every caveman has man's best friend, his dog Spot. He's right there. He's got a spot on the wall. And we call him our Rottweiler, guys.
I'll just put a Statue of Liberty.
The other one, we're Santa Claus.
I was thinking of a bear.
It does look like they're playing
What's what? That's water.
Here's our Wilson from Cathedral. We got our John, which is right above.
Really like one of those cartoons, spooky shows.
If we did that math, 100 years per cubic inch, it would predate this whole cave, 400 million. It would predate everything. So that math doesn't work. So what I'm saying is that that's an enigma, which means the forces are totally different. They had water going
Do you hear that?
all around it, and it went. So now, if you were a lineman, I don't know if you ever heard this, but linemen that are working with electricity can touch a line and their whole arm can calcite and turn into a crystal right there. It happens all, petrification happens instantly sometimes. So when you talk about that calcite, it reminds me of that. You can't date calcite. Right. Oh, right. So like, that's what it is. So like, have you ever heard of in a microwave, you make crystals in the microwave? Yeah. So you guys made that man-made similar to how it naturally was formed. You can fake nature, like you can make crystals through a microwave, but it didn't create naturally. So that's what happened in your building. You guys somehow had chemicals or something that created it. I don't know. That's a great story. We have to do research. Here's our cave salt lamp right here. I lost my light right when we first came in, my second light, unfortunately, guys. I can't believe it. What happened? That's the calcite. We're going through, everything's coming out of the cracks and crevices. We're about right in here, the most beautiful rooms. We call these chandeliers above us. They're all coming out the ceiling. There's two there, there's a really good one there. There's another one there. They're all shooting out above us right now. So we're going to go into the cathedral in the church, and that's the pearly gates right in front of us. And we're going to go through the pearly gates, and we're going right into our church. There's our downstairs.
Oops, sorry. Are you having any fun?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You're being really quiet.
It doesn't look the same.
Okay.
Another shark tooth. They fossilized black, and that's how we're able to find them. So all the soft limestone is dissolved away from that. It's not rare to see a shark tooth in a cave, but it's rare to see it 400 million years later, and we see it. They're all embedded in the limestone. But to see one actually off the limestone is very rare. Wow. And there's one right there. Really, really cool.
What about your 845?
What was that?
What about your 845?
It's just going over my head, but I'm listening to 845. No,
I thought I saw maybe another
No, you're good.
tooth right there or something.
Oh, probably. I bet you.
You're probably right there. Guys, if anybody wants a cave kiss, they're coming down right here. This is the cave kiss area. It just means the cave likes you. Good luck. And we get about 3 days of rain. It's a cave shower. So this morning with all the kids, what do you think they were doing? They're all there going crazy. They count their cave kisses. If you guys are going to get married in the cave, this is the pearly gates. You have to come right through here to get married. There's our granddaughter. There's a lot of shit in here.
Look at all that.
There's one right there. See
Got a cake kiss on my leg.
Yup, you'll get that here. Got the lights off as soon as we get down here. It took Jay about 2.5 years to get a really bad trail into this room. And he finally did. His wife came in. She wanted to see what they bought with all their money. So she finally walked it all the way back here. Finally came into the cave about 2.5 years later. And she saw this formation and she thought that looked like a church bell in a church.
Sure does.
Then she saw this column and this column and she thought this looked like an old Gothic church. Then she saw this formation and she thought that looked like a pipe organ in a church. So before they came in here, this was always called Bat Cave. And she didn't like the name of Bat Cave. So she wanted this to be called Cathedral Caverns. That's when they changed the name right then to Cathedral Caverns.
Oh, wow, look at all
That's why I put the
that.
lights off, guys.
It's a true joke of panorama.
The big reveal. We actually do have weddings in here. I wasn't kidding. And they're right down
I
there.
was just about to ask if they had weddings.
Right. And you don't have to decorate.
Hey.
Because it comes pre-decorated.
Right. Man, you're awesome.
And you don't want to pay the fines involved in.
Right. Man, you're so awesome. You didn't say a word for about 25 minutes in here. I'm like, oh, he hates this place. And his buddy's all over. And then all of a sudden he started talking. I'm like, oh, he's the real one. He was. I love guys. We all have fun and we're all learning. That's how we learn. I would never show this unless it was you guys. Here's a shark's tooth here. This
Oh, look at all that water down there.
And we let people touch that because if you want to touch a 300 million year old shark tooth, what's funny is I've been here for many years, and I don't believe anything anyone tells me because I get research. Especially like the narratives of our history.
Yeah, the baby
And so I did not believe my naturalist had the shark tooth. I kind of believe him, but I'm like, I'm not going to show somebody, you know. But so he blew this up, and went back to his office, and he showed me all the reasons why a baby shark's tooth like that was
amazing.
By the victors.
That's
you
cool.
don't get that full story. Sorry about your eye, bud. If you guys all hit it. We're gonna go up to an overlook over here, and when we get done, we're gonna all come back through this room, so we're not missing this room at all. I'm gonna be down here if anybody wants a picture where the weddings are, if you guys want a group picture. We're talking about
That'd be
the
cool.
diamonds or the crystals. This is the crystal right here.
Oh,
So,
look at the sparkle.
cave that we can go to, but the naturalists and the researchers do, we have the crystal rooms, and they look like this. And if you guys want to see the pictures of the crystal rooms are in the welcome center under the stuffed turkey. This one, I wish I want to say something like this.
Let's walk 5 feet in and don't tell anybody, you know? I mean, this is easy to follow.
You can't, guys. When we get to the back of the, I'll show you. When we get to the back of our tour, it's about 5 hours in the cave, and it is absolutely dangerous, and we just can't go back there. But this one dries up a couple times a year, and it all becomes illuminated crystals. It looks just like that. We're going to go in the next room, guys, and we'll show you our cave bacon, our goblin, Lord of the Rings, and we have everything.
Oh, good.
You know I'm picking these out.
You see,
I just find things.
what did you drink this afternoon?
What? Not enough. Sorry. No, you're fine.
I found her some strawberry Malibu.
Ooh, nice.
You talked about great. Oh my God.
I like your spaces in here too.
Scooby-Doo.
You guys walk in, there's Gollum from Lord of the Rings, right there. There is faces and stuff all over this room. We have a lot of content creators come in here. My Melted Reality was here just a while back. He believes this whole thing was melted. All people were just melted in here. He shows faces everywhere. I'll show you this one. There's a guy's face right there. There's one up there. I get